All right, everyone. I think we are about ready to get started. I've got 6:05 on the clock at the moment, so I think it's a good time to go ahead and get started here. So, thank you for joining us tonight for a discussion and a community meeting regarding City of Charlotte Zoning Petition 2021-25, located along Back Creek Church Road in the City of Charlotte. Got the presentation up here, and we're going to walk through a couple of the details tonight regarding this petition for Carolina Accent Homes. This is a 12.13 acre parcel, currently zoned R3 today, and we are currently requesting an MX2 innovative zoning district for this particular location. We're going to try and get to as many get through as many of the details as we possibly can tonight for everybody. And then we'll open it up on the back end for a question and answer session. We actually request that maybe as we're going through the presentation tonight, if you know how to use the chat option, go ahead and type in a question, and on the back end of the presentation, we'll go ahead and get to some of your questions. And then if anyone wants to unmute at the end of the presentation and ask a question, you can do that as well. But we're going to try and do the best we can with the virtual meeting session, given the current world environment of COVID. So we'll try and be as informative for everybody as we possibly can be. Again, this is a 12.13 acre parcel that's located along Back Creek Church Road. It's bordered by Back Creek Church Road, Back Creek Park, which is hopefully soon to be developed one day soon, and also Back Creek. It's an R3 site. We're requesting an MX2 innovative district. Currently right now within the zoning, let me jump through here. Let me kind of demonstrate a little bit more detail here as to where the site is. I'm sure everyone is probably familiar with the location. It's currently wooded today. Then City of Charlotte actually has proposed land use areas identified throughout the city. This particular land use that's been identified for proposed future land use is single family at 8 DUA. That's 8 dwelling units per acre. It's this area right in here. If you can see my mouse. Jumping ahead, and this is actually the current site plan, the current rezoning site plan that we have in for review with City of Charlotte Planning and City of Charlotte staff. Within this plan, we are illustrating. It's got 97 townhomes. This is a single family attached project. 2 different unit style types. All of them are 25 feet wide. 2-car garages, 2-car driveways. Illustrating 97 units. The entitlement, the rezoning petition, is requesting for up to 110 units. I don't think we'll be able to reach that type of density. And then we're also identifying a total of approximately 25% tree save and common open space on site as well. That's this hatched area down here in the lower side. I'm going to go ahead and jump forward real quick here to a rendered site plan that we actually have prepared. Maybe a little bit more, may demonstrate a little bit better as to what we're proposing here. So off of Back Creek Church Road, we've got a proposed public road which will come in on the site, and the road will be double loaded with townhomes on both sides. That public road will actually stub to the parcel to the north. It's just going to stub to the parcel and dead end. Basically, City of Charlotte subdivision ordinances dictate that we actually provide those street stubs to break up what's referred to as block length in the City of Charlotte. So that's the purpose of the street stub. There's no current plans to actually take a public road to anyone's parcels to the north here. So just want to get that open, get that out there in the public so everyone understands that. And then also there's a series of private 2-way alleys as well, where additional townhomes will be fronting along those alleys as well. Adjacent the existing single family community, there is a 40-foot rear yard in addition to a 50-foot planted buffer, which will include evergreen screening, trees, and then also a little bit further in the back, there's a pretty significant rear yard as well, where we will continue that theme of planting and screening to separate the existing neighborhood from the proposed neighborhood and the backyards of what we hope will one day soon be future neighbors. We've got a few potential stormwater ponds located here on site to basically capture any stormwater runoff. We will hold that stormwater runoff on site. It will be treated, cleaned over a period of days, and then slowly released back into Back Creek Church or Back Creek. And in a nutshell, that's it. That's the project, at least from a site layout standpoint. Again, this is a proposed land use here of 8 DUA. With 97 townhomes currently being proposed on site, we're right at 7.9 DUA. So we're actually falling just under what the appropriate land use is for, at least as City of Charlotte has identified it. I would like to share some of the townhome architecture with you. These are basically just potential townhomes. They are potential look. All of them will be custom designed, utilizing a series of different types of building materials: stone, cementitious siding, wood. There'll be no vinyl associated with this project. In fact, in the development conditions, the petitioner has actually committed to no vinyl. So glass, metal, stone, mason, different types of masonry accents, and cementitious siding will be the primary types of building materials. A wider 2-car garage option shown here. And then moving forward, I'm not sure how many people here are familiar with the City of Charlotte zoning process, but I can walk through some of the details of that today. So the meeting tonight, this is our official petitioner community meeting. This is a necessary step in the City of Charlotte rezoning petition process, where we notify all homeowners within 300 feet of a zoning petition, a proposed zoning petition. We mailed those notices out approximately 12 days ago. So this is that meeting. Moving on from here, we will actually conduct a public hearing. It will likely be virtual, just like this meeting is tonight. That public hearing will be in front of City Council, where we will provide a presentation to City Council and demonstrate what we're requesting here. And the public will have an opportunity to show up and speak in favor or against. We sure would like to have everyone speak in favor if no one has any objections to this particular petition. And then moving on from the public hearing that is currently scheduled for, we think it's probably going to be on December 21st. Moving on from there will be a zoning committee hearing. That will be on January 5th. Zoning committee is a process in which appointed members by City Council will review a zoning petition and vote on a recommendation back to City Council on how they believe City Council should vote. And then we're hoping for a City Council decision where this petition will actually go back to City Council for a vote for approval. And then from there, hopefully we can move the project forward for the petitioner to begin land development drawings. It would likely be about another 6 months from there until anything would actually happen on site. So best case scenario at this point, we're probably estimating July or August when construction could potentially begin on site for this townhome community. So from there, that's it. That's the presentation for tonight for this MX2 district that's being proposed here. And from there, we'd like to open it up to any potential questions that folks may have, and hopefully add some additional details to this. Let me jump back here to the site plan. Might be a little bit better for everyone to use as a visual reference. So Michael, I see a question here in chat. Thank you. Are you planning any berm, shrubbery, or fencing to separate this community from University Heights? Yes, we are. The proposed neighbors, or at least the proposed townhomes here, they would, from a marketability standpoint, we are certain that they would like a backyard just as much as everyone else would, backyard and privacy. So yes, there is a 50-foot buffer that is currently being proposed along the planned northern property line here, where yes, there would be a combination of large overstory trees, evergreen screening, shrubs, and a screen fence. Actually, we're actually proposing a wooden screen fence along that property line as well. So it should certainly accommodate privacy and screening for all of the residents, both existing and hopefully new proposed residents. So currently, right now in the chat option, that's the only question.
I have a question, if I might.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Donna. Please feel free to.
I'm here on behalf of the homeowners who are in that northwest section of your property.
Okay, the townhome community or
exactly,
the single family community?
Right there.
Right here?
Those are our homes, yes.
Okay.
And putting aside the fact that we appreciate progress and everything, but there's a lot of wildlife that lives back there. We have a lot of deer, and their habitat is going to disappear. My concern as a homeowner, one of the pluses of that particular plot is that we have the lovely forest behind us, and I'm wondering how much of that forest is going to come down. Are we talking about everything right up to our property line and then you're replanting, or what exactly, how is that going to look?
Yeah, so right now, at least what we're showing is potential tree save is currently just down towards the Back Creek area. However, the property line that's adjacent your community, we intend on keeping as many existing trees within that strip of property as possible. What's being shown here is proposed trees. Ideally speaking, we're going to try and keep as many as possible because we don't want to come in and replant trees. It would be of definite benefit to the community and this development and future homeowners to get to enjoy the existing trees that are there. Now, you are right, this is progress. There will be trees that do need to come down, but I myself am a landscape architect, so and hopefully we'll have the opportunity to actually get to work on this particular project. And from my personal standpoint, we're gonna achieve strive to keep as many trees on site as we possibly can.
Okay, so my second question is, you're talking about some kind of fencing. Mm-hmm. Would we then see the fencing and the trees are on the other side, or is the fencing something that would run somewhere in the middle of the remaining forest, or how would that?
That's a great question. So the way the City of Charlotte zoning ordinance reads, we would actually show, or it basically says that we need to place that fence on the property line. However, if the adjacent neighbors, if you would like for that fence to be placed a little bit further in from the property line, so it's just not right on the property line, that is certainly a request that we can try to accommodate with the City of Charlotte. So what would your preference be, Donna?
Well, I think that what we would all like is to preserve. I'm not quite sure how far in that would be, mm-hmm. To preserve that sense. Where we are, we have a bit of a rise. Mm-hmm. That goes up, and then we can see the forest beyond it. You can't really tell that from this perspective.
Okay.
And so if there was forest and then there was a fence, as opposed to right at the end of our rise, boom, we have a fence, that's going to be pretty unsightly and feel, so if there's any way it could be more of a natural, where we still get to have our sense of the lovely forest as well as our new neighbors beyond.
Well, I think that's actually something that, thank you for bringing this up. This is actually something that we could probably end up studying. You say that there's a rise there, and I'm wondering if we took a look at the topography in that area, if there's a way that a screening fence could be located where maybe from your vantage point, you would not be able to see the fence or see a fence, and we could potentially hide that a little bit. But that's certainly something that we can study. And Donna, just so you know, we're actually, Maggie Watts, who is a fellow colleague of mine here at Urban Design Partners, is also on the call, and she's recording this discussion, these notes and these questions. We will actually be submitting meeting minutes of this community meeting tonight back to the City of Charlotte. So we're documenting all of this. It will actually go in as public record for everybody. So I just want to let you know that we're definitely listening to everyone here tonight, including these questions of yours.
Okay, and then one last quick question. You
Yeah.
said about when you think if it all is approved and you move forward, about when you might start, about how long would the process start or take? And would you be starting in a certain would you be starting closer to us and then moving out from there? Just wondering in terms of how much it will affect the neighbors.
Great question. So the zoning petition is currently in, and we're estimating an approval sometime in January. We think that a January approval would occur. Now, just because a rezoning is approved, a rezoning petition is approved, that doesn't necessarily mean construction can move forward. There's a whole other process that needs to take place after that. Basically, construction documents will need to get completed, reviewed multiple times by the City of Charlotte Engineering, Urban Forestry, Charlotte Department of Transportation, Planning, Subdivision, in this particular case, NCDOT. So there's a whole litany of different jurisdictions and staff members that would actually review a petition. All that said, there's an additional 6 months approximately on the back of that. So after January, we're probably estimating something like July or August. Construction could actually begin on site. And then once construction begins, I don't think the petitioners actually determined whether or not it would be built over multiple phases. I would actually expect this particular one would maybe all be, the public road would all go in as one phase, and then the townhomes would go up as they're sold. So it could be constructed over a period of a year or two. Townhome sales in the city of Charlotte right now are very strong. A lot of people are moving to Charlotte, which is great. So there's a lot of growth. So I would not expect the construction window for this to drag out over a long period of time. I would actually expect this one to construction would start and then be finished pretty quickly.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Sure, of course, Donna. And if you have any more follow-up questions, please feel free to ask tonight or reach out to me over email.
Thank you.
Sure. So let's see, we've got a couple other chat questions here. Let's see here. Travis had a question. Are you aware that they are planning to close Back Creek? What is the square footage of the townhome? So when you say close Back Creek, do you mean the road, or are you referring to the park? If you could offer a little bit more description on that would be helpful.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Travis.
Yeah, they're planning to close the railroad track entrance. So that's going to increase. I'm Travis Brosborough. I represent Back Creek Chase, that's adjacent across the street from you.
Okay.
And that's going to increase the amount of traffic in that area trying to get out of that small area, because they're going to have to redirect it.
Gotcha. Is this a permanent closure, or is this a temporary closure for maintenance and construction?
They plan to permanently close it.
Okay.
So everybody that's back there is going to have to go through Hansberry, which is going to push additional workload through a community that wasn't designed for that traffic, because it's a community. So
Right.
You would have to come out of your development, make a left, then make another left. And I know we have 130 houses where we are. So that would just increase the burden on that area. Okay.
Thank you for bringing that up, Travis. We were unaware of that closure. So that's definitely something that we're going to dig into. We will speak with CDOT, Charlotte Department of Transportation, on that, and also the Rail Right-of-Way Division for NCDOT, to see if we can get any details on what's happening there, so we can better understand what's going to happen to this intersection here along Back Creek. So really appreciate you bringing that up. We were unaware of that. Let's see, we've got another question from you, Travis. I think it might have been answered in the chat, but I'll go ahead and verbalize it just for the benefit of everybody here. What is the square footage of the townhomes? They're approximately 1,700 to 2,200 square feet roughly. And then it'll be a mix of single car garages and 2-car garages throughout the site. So at a minimum, each townhome would have 3 parking spaces. Some or most would actually have 4 parking spaces. Each one's actually going to have its own dedicated driveway. So Will the development have a common area, playgrounds, and pool? It hasn't been planned yet. I would suspect that we'll definitely have, well, one, within the MX2 zoning district, we're actually committing above and beyond the minimum required common open space here. And also, given the amount of wooded area, there's going to be plenty of opportunity to improve some wooded common open spaces for the community's benefit. So I would expect maybe not necessarily a playground, but probably some walking trails, things of that nature. But right now, no, a pool is not currently planned.
Okay. The only reason why I say that is because I moved into Back Creek Chase in 2002, and they said that we would be connected to the parkway, and it never happened. And we have a similar community, and we have no place. We have no place for the kids to play, and that's an issue with the people that live in the community, because you have, similar sized houses with, families, and they have children with no place to go. So just something to put on your radar.
Well, actually, so we may be able to help with that. So with the addition of the proposed public road on site, that road, it's going to be a typical road. It's going to have an 8-foot landscape strip. It will have also either a 6 or an 8-foot sidewalk on both sides of the road. In addition, this proposed private alley, it will also have a sidewalk on it. So we haven't gotten comments back from Mecklenburg County Parks and Rec yet about the greenways that are planned in this area. But depending on what comments we get back from them, we're probably going to look to try to commit or incorporate some type of sidewalk connection to a future greenway trail. So this project may be able to help kind of usher that along to get the community a better connection to, one, the park that's currently planned, and two, any future greenways that are coming through here as well. So we'll get that on our radar as well.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Let me take some notes here. All right. So Michael noted that the traffic will not be going through Hanbury. They will be putting in a new road, eastern. Wow, that's a doozy of a word, Michael. Circumferential project. Thank you. That's word of the day right there. The comment above was in response to the railroad closing. So so now I'm wondering if there's a CIP project, a community improvement project, that's in place to actually help alleviate traffic based on Travis's comment. Travis, if you don't mind, let me give you my email address. I'll do that tonight. It's paul@urbandesignpartners.com. If you could, again, Paul, P-A-U-L @urbandesignpartners.com. If you could reach out to me, I think you may have done that already, but I think it was through our info portal here at the office. Send me your contact info. I'd like to kind of forward you what information we're able to find out on this road closure and any type of road improvement projects may be coming. And I can feed that to you, so then you can provide that to your community as well, just so we can help keep everyone in the know on this. Hopefully we can help usher that together. We can kind of commit to that, get that out there in the public realm. Well, we don't have any more questions. Thank you, Travis. Great. I will use that email address if that's the one I can get you at. I remember emailing you earlier today. So I'll keep you in the loop on that one at the HOA email address. We don't have any more questions in the chat. Would anyone like to unmute themselves and ask a question if anyone has any thoughts, questions, or concerns? Well, all right. Well, everyone, thank you so much. Again, I'm Paul Pennell with Urban Design Partners, and this is Zoning Petition 2020-125. Probably looking to take it to a public hearing in December. If anyone has any additional follow-up questions or has any thoughts or ideas about this petition, please feel free to email me, again, paul@urbandesignpartners.com, and I will definitely respond. Thank you so much, everybody, for attending tonight. We greatly appreciate you taking time out of your evening, and definitely wish everyone a happy, healthy end of the week coming up here. Thank you, everybody.